Long ago, in rural California, an elderly woman lived on the land she had built with her husband through decades of honest labor. Once, the farm was full of life, cornfields moving with the wind, animals in the yard, and hope rooted deep in the soil. After her husband passed away, everything changed. Her knees ached, her body slowed, and each day required more strength than she had left. Her daughter and son-in-law lived with her, but instead of support, they brought bitterness. The daughter had grown impatient and cold. The son-in-law avoided responsibility and slept through most days. Still, the old woman tried to help, believing that family meant sacrifice. One night, she heard them whispering. "If we keep living like this, we'll starve," the son-in-law said. The daughter replied, "Mother must leave. This house should be ours." The next morning, the old woman stepped outside and saw her clothes and blankets thrown onto the dirt. Her daughter stood there without emotion. "You must go," she said. "This is my home," the old woman whispered, but the door closed in her face. She sat on the steps until evening, crying quietly. What they didn't know was that she and her husband had saved money for years, hidden carefully near the old corral. That night, she gathered her savings and walked away from the only home she had known. A nearby farm family welcomed her with kindness. They gave her food, tea, and a small room to rest. The next morning, she asked if there was land for sale. There was. She bought it. With the help of neighbors, she built a strong wooden house, planted corn, raised chickens, and slowly rebuilt her life in peace. A young village boy often came to help her with chores. He was respectful and kind, never asking for anything in return. Meanwhile, her daughter and son-in-law grew poorer. They refused to work, their land filled with weeds, and arguments consumed their days. They believed the old woman had nothing left. One day, desperate for work, the son-in-law traveled far and arrived at a beautiful farm. He knocked. The old woman opened the door. Shock filled his face. He begged for work, saying he had no food or money. She agreed, but with one condition. He must never tell her daughter that the farm belonged to her. He promised. He worked hard every day. The old woman treated him with dignity and only asked, "How is my daughter?" He always replied, "She is fine," even when she was not. One morning, the daughter followed him and discovered the truth. Enraged, she confronted her mother and demanded money and the farm. Calmly, the old woman gave her only a few coins and closed the door. The couple wasted everything they had, believing they would inherit the farm one day. But the old woman had already made her decision. In her will, she left everything to the young boy who helped her when she had no one. When she passed away, the village buried her with respect. The daughter and son-in-law came to claim the farm, but the truth was revealed. Ashamed and empty-handed, they left the village forever. Remember this: even when people push you down, you can rise again. Your value is not decided by those who mistreat you. Kindness builds. Greed destroys. Choose dignity. Choose strength. Your story is never over.